students, good morning to all of you. Students, in this lecture, we will continue with the capacitor and understood about the redistribution of charge, which means which means the common potential topic. Okay, so suppose we have two capacitors. One is of capacitance C1 and another is of capacitance C2. Okay, let they are initially charged with potential V1 and the another is charged with a battery of potential difference V2. Okay, now initially they have charge Q1 and Q. This is the first situation. Now, if we understood here that V1 is greater than V2, which means that C1 is greater than C2. Clear? Now, if the two capacitors are connected to each other when they have the different capacitances like that. C1 and capacitor C2. Okay, now in this particular situation, as they combine each other, as you've seen across a circuit by this. Just assumed it is a parallel combination. So in the particular type of connection of the two capacitance, the capacitance are redistribute their charges, which means the charge from the capacitance of higher potential is moved from the charge of capacitor at lower potential, which means charge will transfers from capacitor C1 to capacitor C2 because C1 is greater than C2 or V1 is greater than V2. Okay, so this transfer of charge take place from C1 to C2 till the both get the equal charges. Okay, now for the next situation, let's we consider that they acquired charge Q1 dash and charge Q2 dash. Okay, so this is or this particular demonstration or phenomena is known as redistribution of charges, and the potential they attain in the redistribution of charge is called common potential. Now we understood about the situation. Okay, this is the situation. Initially the capacitors C1 and C2 have charge with initial potential V1 and V2 such that they attain charge Q1 and charge Q2. As here, when two capacitors initially charged to a different potential V1 and V2 are connected to each other. Okay, now because C1 is greater than C2 and it is because of V1 is greater than V2. Therefore, the charges will transfer from capacitor C1 to C2 till they get the equal potential V, or we can use here the common potential for a word del V. Okay, the common potential is, let's say, del V. Okay, such that common potential del V. So redistribution of charge take place, okay, take place from capacitor C1 to C2 till their potential become equal. Now initial charges Q1 is equal to C1 V1 and Q2 is equal to C2 V2. Okay. Therefore, common potential that is del V equal to total charge upon total capacitance. Clear? That we get from here that del V is equal to Q1 plus Q2 upon C1 plus C2. Here we have the values for C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2. Okay, so this is the result of common potential del V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2. This is the required result for common potential. Now, after redistribution of the potential, after redistribution of charge, charge Q dash 1, that is charge across capacitor C1 after redistribution is C1 del V and charge Q2 of capacitor Q2 is Q2 dash is C2 del V. These are the charges acquired or attained after redistribution of charge. This is a very important topic related to the capacitor because many times questions are asked from this topic related to the energy loss in the recombination or redistribution of charge. So just note it. Next topic is loss of energy in redistribution of charges. As we discussed, if the two capacitors initially charged with potential V1 and V2, they attain charge Q1, and by connecting a battery of potential difference V2 of capacitor 1 and capacitor 2, we get the energy stored across the capacitor is U is equal to half CV square. So we can use this result of energy for the two cases. For C1 is U1 is half C1 V1 square, and for U2 is half C2 V2 square. Okay, now here we have the two situations in which first before redistribution, okay, and second after distribution. For giving that here the circuit is not complete, so charge will not distribute across each other, and here is the circuit is complete. When the circuit is complete, charges will transfer from one which is at higher potential to the lower potential. Here we find that V2 is greater than V1. If we assumed here V2 is greater than V1, therefore very clear that the energy across 2 is greater than 1. Okay, let me calculate it. Therefore we have two situations. When the two capacitor initially charged with different potential and they connect to each other, there will be a transfer of charge take place from the higher potential capacitor to the lower potential capacitor. According to the situation, the charge will transfer from capacitor C2 to capacitor C1. Okay, therefore we have the two situations to calculate the energy. One before redistribution and another is after redistribution. So we just calculate it. Distribution. Now first, energy of total energy of system. Total energy of system of two capacitor C1 and C2 before redistribution is. So answer is that the total energy initially is U1 plus U2, which is equal to half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square. That is, before redistribution, initial energy is half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square. Let's say initial equation is equation 1. Okay, then after, when the circuit is closed by using a plug key, we observe that the charge will transfer from capacitor C2 to capacitor C1 till they get a common potential. Therefore, second situation is total energy of system, total energy of system after redistribution of charge when they attain, when C1 and C2 attains common potential. Okay, del V. The energy is given by U after, okay, is equal to 1 upon here the capacitor are connected in parallel, so C equivalent is equal to C1 plus C2. Okay, by using this we get half C equivalent del V square. Okay, and here we can say that half C1 plus C2 del V square. Just we calculate the value of del V is C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2. By using this result here, that C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 V1 C plus C2 whole square. Okay, therefore by solving this we get, let's say, final, initial and final energies. U final will become half C1 plus C2 and in bracket C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square upon C1 plus C2 whole square. As you understood here that this C1 plus C2 cancel the square and we get from here the final energy is half C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square upon C1 plus C2. This is the final energy after redistribution. Okay, now we assume that the two energies are different. Okay, therefore total energy or loss of energy in redistribution okay, is given by del U is equal to U initial minus U final. Okay, now put these values. Half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square minus half C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square upon C1 plus C2. This we get result after. Okay, now on solving this or by taking LCM, 1 by 2 is taken as common and here C1 plus C2 multiply inside C1 V1 whole square plus C2 V2 whole square and minus C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square upon C1 plus C2. This we get after taking LCM. Okay, now see from there, from the last result, that del U is equal to, when C1 multiply inside we get half C1 square V1 square plus C1 C2 V2 square plus, when C2 multiply inside the bracket, C1 C2 V1 square plus C2 square V2 square, and then minus in the bracket, on opening the square a plus b whole square, we get C1 square V1 square plus C2 square V2 square plus 2 C1 C2 V1 V2. Okay, and in denominator C1 plus C2. This is we get after solve this. Therefore, here you will observe easily that C1 square V1 square cancel by this negative, and C2 square V2 square cancel by this negative after the minus multiply inside the bracket. Therefore, this del u is equal to half C1 plus C2, and we get inside the bracket is this C1 C2, just understood here, C1 C2 C1 C2, and here is C1 C2 is taken as common, we get C1 C2 as common, and V1 square plus V2 square minus plus minus 2 V1 V2. Okay, this. Now this we finally get that C1 C2 upon 2 C1 plus C2, and inside the bracket it is V1 minus V2, or because V2 is greater, so V2 minus V1 whole square. Okay, that is V2 minus V1 whole square. So this is the final result of the loss in energy when the two capacitors are combined to each other and redistribution of charge take place. Yes, students, we have the next topic is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor when a dielectric is introduced between the plate. For this particular case, as we discussed in the principle of parallel plate capacitor, that C is given by epsilon naught A upon D in free space, and C is equal to K epsilon naught A upon D in a dielectric medium of dielectric constant K. Okay, now this is a simple case when a parallel plate capacitor, okay, with positive and negative plates kept apart a small distance d, having dielectric constant K in between the plates, we get this result. Now on this particular topic we have some special situation. One, when a conducting plate introduced between the plate of thickness T. Okay, which means between the two plates of capacitor, a conducting plate is introduced between the two. And another situation is when a dielectric slab of thickness T introduced between the plates. There are two different things. One is a conducting plate, as you know, according to the Gauss's theory and the properties of charge, there is no charge possessed by a conductor inside it. Okay, so when a conducting plate is possessed or is kept in between the plate capacitor, then we understood which kind of behavior or how much is the capacitor can able to store energy. And another case, when a dielectric slab, as you learn in the previous lectures that dielectric are two types, polar and non-polar, and in both the cases the capacitance will decrease. Okay, as we able to give more and more charge to the capacitor, as it increase, as it store the energy in the form of charge. Now we understood here the two situations. Let we have a parallel plate capacitor with the positive and negative plates. Okay, separated by a distance small d. Okay, having a medium K. Now a conducting plate is introduced between the capacitor of thickness T okay, conductor. Conductor. Okay, now it is very clear there is no charge. Q is equal to 0. If the Q is 0, therefore inside the plate the electric field also 0. It is clear? As we have the thickness of the plate is small t. Okay, therefore according to the properties of electric field lines, at the outer surface of the conductor a negative charge induced, okay, and due to the polarity the positive charge induced at the other surface near to the negative plate by induction. Clear? Therefore you can easily observe that the electric field is moved normal to the plate, okay, like that. E inside the plate is 0. Therefore, as we discussed that the potential is E upon the potential is E into D. Now, because in the conducting plate there is no charge and hence the conducting plate is possess 0 electric field inside it, therefore the field is only electric field is only possessed by the capacitor by a distance d minus t, which means the space left after the conducting plate. Clear? Now here in the place of D, we use here D dash, and the value of D dash is E D minus dt. Clear? Now as the capacitor is Q upon V, and here E is given by Q upon epsilon naught A. For a dielectric medium, K epsilon naught A. We are calculating directly with the dielectric medium. Okay. Therefore, we get this result: C is equal to Q upon Q K V, and we have value E D minus T. Therefore Q upon this result we are using from this result, sigma upon epsilon naught between the negative and positive plates. Okay. Now this result is equal to Q K epsilon naught A into D minus T. Clear? Now you will easily observe this Q cancel, and we get the capacitance of a dielectric constant K epsilon naught A upon D minus T. This is the formula in a medium, or if K is equal to 1 for free space, vacuum, or air. Okay, therefore C naught is equal to epsilon naught A upon D minus T. This is the required result of capacitance when a conducting plate introduced between the plates of a capacitor. Okay, this is required result. Clear? Next case is when a dielectric slab of thickness T introduced between the plates of capacitor. Okay, so this is initial situation. The separation distance between the two plates is small d. Okay, now a dielectric slab is introduced. Between the capacitor. Okay, in this case the applied field, this which is O, this is E naught. Clear? And the induced field is En, and we observe that in the previous lecture that a dielectric slab is possessed an electric field inside it, which is given by E is equal to E naught minus E induced. Clear? With a thickness of slab T. Now, in the previous case, you observed that in the conducting plate the electric field is zero, but in this particular case the electric field is not zero, and it is also observed the induced electric field after the polarization effect when the dielectric slab is kept across a external field. The induced electric field just opposes the applied electric field, which means the electric field or the value of applied electric field decreases by this rule. We will start from the same point, that E is equal to E naught minus E induced. Okay, and this we will calculate that equal to E naught upon K. This result we have calculate. Okay, now and from this value is C naught and this is in medium, and we have C naught is equal to epsilon naught A upon D. We are using direct this relation here. Okay, therefore the effective potential in this particular case is given by V is equal to V naught into E naught. Okay, 1 minute. From this relation, just E is equal to E induced. Okay, now as we know that V is equal to given by E into D, therefore for the applied field we have distance D minus T. Clear? For V naught D minus T, which means this we calculate here V naught for E naught applied across the capacitor, and potential across the dielectric slab is calculated as T, which means Vt. Now we just calculate it like that. V is equal to V naught. By this result, V naught V naught D minus T, and for this one minute, V naught minus or V naught plus Vt. Now when we solve this, we get V naught is given by this result, that is E naught, and the distance is this much, D minus T, and plus Vt is calculated as value of induced EMF is this, that is E naught upon K, and thickness is T. this is actually the potential when a dielectric slab is introduced. Therefore, this V is equal to E naught d minus t plus t upon k. This we will get the result for potential, and we have C is equal to Q upon V. By using this result, Q is equal to E naught d minus t plus t upon k. Okay, now by using here the result for E naught, Q upon epsilon naught A d minus t plus t upon k. Okay, then this is cancelled and we get the value of C is epsilon naught A upon d minus t plus t upon k. This is the result of capacitance of parallel plate capacitor when a dielectric slab is introduced between the plates. Okay. Now, here we have initial value and this is final value. Therefore, if it is equation 1 and it is equation 2, then equation 2 divided by equation 1, we get this result C upon C naught is equal to epsilon naught A upon d minus t plus t upon k upon epsilon naught A upon d. Clear? Now this epsilon naught A cancel and we get from here the final result. C is equal to C naught by multiplying this and d upon d minus t plus t upon k. This is the final result for a capacitor when a dielectric slab introduced between the plate capacitors. Theoretical part of unit 1 is completed. We take some numerical in the further lectures related to the combination of capacitor and energy stored in capacitor. Thank you.